I think the reason that conservative Christians and evangelicals are often so successful in convincing people not to leave the faith or leave the church is because they have mastered the art of telling you how you're supposed to feel. And I grew up being told I was supposed to feel a certain way. I was supposed to see things a certain way. And if I didn't, then there was something wrong with me. One time I had a family member straight up tell me, it does not matter how you feel. How you feel is irrelevant to God. And I remember being at therapy years ago, and I was just kind of expressing myself, and I'd follow it up and I'd say, I don't know if I'm supposed to feel this way, but, and then I'd say how I felt. And my therapist had to stop me, and she had to go, we're not doing that. we're not going to question if we're supposed to feel a certain way. If you feel a certain way, that's valid, and you're allowed to feel that, and you should explore those feelings, not suppress them. And that opened up a world for me. I was in my mid-20s before I learned that my feelings were valid and that I was allowed to feel how I felt, and that nobody else had the right to tell me that I wasn't allowed to feel that way. And, so often when we're leaving the church, we're finding these things about the faith, the ideologies, the Bible that we don't like, that don't feel right. They don't sit well with our sensibilities. And when we present those things to people who are trying to keep us from leaving the church, leaving the faith, those people will tell us how we're supposed to feel about those things that we're finding. I read that God endorsed slavery in the Bible. He gave specific rules for how to own people and beat your slaves as long as they don't die. And that feels icky. That doesn't feel nice at all. And when I say that, they'll respond and say, well, you're not supposed to feel that way. That's not how you're supposed to feel. God had his way. You're not supposed to judge him. You're not supposed to question him, okay? And anyone who hasn't learned that they are valid in their feelings, that they are allowed to feel what they feel, could kind of feel shaken by that. And I think it's a very successful tactic that the church and church members use to keep you from leaving. Because if you don't even feel like you're allowed to feel, like you're allowed to be offended, you're allowed to not prefer these things that are being pushed on you, then you'll never have the confidence to leave it.